Oh, you're here to hear about the reading from the Hobbit. Well, good news, I have a little summary about chapter 15 of The Hobbit. If you never have heard or read about The Hobbit, it's about a little guy who goes on an adventure with a bunch of other little guys, and they find a ring. Wait, that's a different movie. I don't really know what this one's about, but I know it's about a little guy, like a dwarf or a hobbit. Probably a hobbit. Maybe that's why they call it The Hobbit. Anyways, I'm going to give you a summary about chapter 15. And to do that, I must first grab a drink. It's a little bit of bourbon and some Sprite. Pretty good. Yummy. All right, where were we? Let's get started with the reading summary of The Hobbit. Time to get into character and scene. Meanwhile, the thrush returns to the company of the mountain, finding that they cannot understand its speech. The thrush brings an old raven, caw-caw, 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 that can speak in the common tongue. The bird informs Bilbo, aka the Hobbit, and the dwarves of Smaug's death. Ooh, he died. And they rejoice. However, their rejoicing is short-lived, much like them, as the raven goes on to describe the huge army of humans and pointy-eared elves marching toward them. They could probably see it on a distance if they get on a ladder or a giant rock, as well as the suffering in Lake Town's people, who surely deserve some share of the massive treasure in the mountain. I guess they got a nice little reward for killing some dude, whoever that dude is, I don't know. Thorn regards the treasure as his inheritance and plans to fight for it as well. However, regardless of what the people of Lake Town have suffered.
I need more whiskey. Ugh. Never liked whiskey until now. Oh, I need a little more.
Under Thorn's orders, the company retreats to the mountain and fortifies it by building a formidable wall at the main gate. A big wall, a beautiful wall made out of stone and sticks. From there, they watch as Bard and the representatives of the elves approach. Dun dun dun. Bard informs them that he killed Smaug and the lake town has been destroyed. Oh no. He asks that the dwarves be generous in sharing the wealth of the mountain, since they have benefited so much at the expense of the humans. Good job, little people. Thorin flatly refuses. No! It is my wealth, my treasure, my everything. He feels that he owes the humans nothing, since the gold belonged to his people originally. It was mine originally, not yours. Find your own, humans. Bard gives Thorn some time to reconsider, but Thorn will not change his position or his mind. The mountain is declared besieged. Nothing and no one will be let in or out if the elves and men can help it. Bilbo, the little short guy, for his part, would gladly share the treasure. He is entirely discouraged by the whole turn of affairs. However, no dwarf questions Thorn, and the Hobbit has no say in the dwarves' decisions. I don't know what's going on, but they got a bunch of little people. Some I told some gold out of a mountain killed Smaug, whoever the hell that is. Probably a tall, maybe a short guy. I mean, if it's a bunch of dwarves fighting, it's probably some short, small, little guy. Probably, I don't know, it's an ant size. Maybe it's probably Ant-Man. Probably stepped on him. And they stole all of his gold, hid in a mountain. They destroyed the people's lake town. Jeez, those people probably worked really hard to build, homes on a giant lake. Thrush the Crow, that sounds pretty cool. I mean, Thrush. I own a car that has exhaust that puts on it by Thrush. I wonder if that's how they got their name. And Thorin, whoever the hell that is, probably a bigger dwarf, is in charge of all the other little dwarves running around. And the Hobbit has no say in it, even though he offered to share his wealth. Well, that was a summary of chapter 15 of The Hobbit. If you ever get a chance to read the book, there is a 2.5 hour movie, maybe 3 hours, I don't know, I never saw it, where you can watch it in different parts. All I know is that there's a lot of walking, a little bit of action, and you should really just watch Lord of the Rings, because that's way better. Well, that was The Hobbit. Enjoy the rest of the book chapters, whoever is summarizing this stuff.